everybody, this is Steven, I could call myself the GC Game, back for another Danganronpa Victory King Harmony. I keep doing it again, like, I skip many times, like, it happens every single month, like, sometimes I leave on the part for, like, when new game comes out, I have to play it, like, immediately, so, apologies of, like, why are they doing this much exactly, but I remember correctly is, Tenko dead! And Himiko's are very heartbroken. Even then, that Himiko's her only best friend with Angie, but she died. And even Tenko gave her some kind of like some motivation to don't let your heart like seal away or your feelings of something. But then she died. Like, how does it work? I mean, it's all Kyo seances, right? But how? One thing for sure, how did the Tenko get murdered while doing seance? But the one thing it gave me like unexpected fact is like her crashing noise. Like something happened around the time when we were doing seance. Well, that might be the case. It's like it's not like there's one of them guys is like doing something, but when Kyo was instructed not to do anything, she's not like doing something or like moving around or anything. Plus, it's still pitch dark, so how can you able to see it? So that's one thing for sure. Like, how did they handle the murder? Well, only one thing for sure because we're on the second investigation, which ain't never nice because when chapter 8 happens, it always comes with 2 murders. So, yeah. But I have a feeling they might be getting closer to like get to the end of the investigation, which in terms I had a nice feeling there's something up to something. So we had to go back to square one. Like, what comes next? So, you know, one step to do is check the bodies. Like, how the Tenko got murdered. Okay, just get close to the body then. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath crouched over like this. I mean, it's based on what it was Kyo instructed, right? According to Malcolm File, her only injury was a stab wound to her neck. This wound was fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. Wait. Understood! I want to say I wait until the seance is over! Yeah, you did instruct what Kyo was saying. Like, not make a noise or something. But the timing is just like... Why shouldn't he even scream or anything? Or why does she be feeling any pain? Unless, like, Tenko was, like, unconscious or something or fall asleep, like, during the seance. I don't know. I mean, how did she die? It's like exactly like she said she could... It says she got stabbed in the neck. Which, on top of it, which... She ain't having this to, like, leave it wide open. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut, despite the pain?
No.
Her death might have not been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bleed out.
Huh?
What do you mean?
What's the point?
You're concerned about that, right?
Okay.
With the wound this deep, the victim is too shy to do anything except died. You're speaking from experience?
That's obvious.
Of course. Quick deaths are my specialty. I don't know if I did here, maybe a censorship for sure. You know fact about what dead is. Well then, that makes sense.
By the way,
The weird question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. Yeah, where is that murder weapon? I mean, the cage was all shut tight. So how exactly did the murder occur? Plus, you can't like lift the cage up, and because of the doll statue, it was still on the top of it along with the cloth thing. Unless what's been hidden on the cloth. No, but that's still possible because Kokichi and Shuichi was lifting the cage and put it down here. So I'm not sure how did it played out. You're right. I don't see an obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. Tenko's last moments. Ugh, that's right thing. But I also didn't mention there is a floorboard just like a move a little bit. This floorboard is loose. And it's one under Tenko.
why?
Why is this floorboard loose?
If I remember correctly,
It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance. Yeah, the floorboard was all straight until the murder happened. It was like a little bit loose a bit.
Why?
What would come loose during the seance?
but
Floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Then someone must have loosened it on purpose. Maybe beforehand? I don't know. Maybe that might be the clue then. And I got leveled up. And of course there's a stone thing that Himiko has found. There's a rod next to Tenko's body. This must be... Please raise your forehead upon the stone marker I place here.
Hey, that's a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work?
Certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon.
Like this?
I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, so yeah. Tenko held her forehead on this rock, hunched over. She had to make her so small to fit inside the cage. It is strange why he put a forehead on the stone thing, even if that is all instructive what the Kyo Seance doing. I mean, whatever it is might be a clue. And also there's a cage thing as well. There's a cage used in the seance. I also mentioned there's some little bit of blood on the top of the cage. It's really strange. Why the top of it?
Is this...
It looks to be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. It's pretty large in iron cage.
Okay.
Big enough for a person to fit inside. Yeah. But it weighed a ton of it. During the seance, Kokichi and I covered Tenko with a cage. We were supposed to remove it as well, but Himiko was the one lifted, which she's just a little girl, even she lifted that fast. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first. Yeah, that was the person not sure if she should do it.
Hey, look at this.
Is this...
A blood stain on the bottom of the cage. Probably Tenko's blood, yeah?
No doubt for sure that it came from Tenko's.
That's true.
Yes, I imagine so. The splatter must have been what made when she was killed. Which how did it exactly did work exactly? Like, did the blood splat out of the cage for the inside?
What do you mean?
Which just means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead.
Then...
She was stabbed right when the cage was lifted. Never explained this blood stain, right?
Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance. The exact moment the cage was lifted. That is a possibility. Are you saying it was during after? But that's impossible because it's still dark. We can't really see anything. And plus we can even not sure and get close to Tenko at the center. Even it's so hard to see it. What else do I need to check? The hole in the corner? There's a small opening in the corner of the room. Why there's an opening there? I mean, the fact is that the wall things are like really broken or just something. It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still, really? Can we go inside it?
Is this...
A hole. Looks like there's space under here too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. It looks like something dropped down there.
Oh? What is it? What, something dropped down there?
Got a minute?
After we check everywhere else, why don't we go onto the floor and see for ourselves?
Okay.
Right, let's do that. Okay, so we just keep looking at before we go underneath. That's really weird, but okay. And I think that's all it is, so... Oh yeah, the magic circle thing, like, all got busted off. I'm not sure why, because maybe something they did when everyone's rushing in and just like scour around, so... It's a magic circle Kyo drew on the floor. Well, at least it was.
Dear.
It's been completely stumped over.
I suppose it was unavoidable.
Well...
Was this drawn with salt?
Yes.
Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt. I mean, of course, always involved for something. Usually when you use seance, it's usually chalk, right?
What?
I don't know much about rituals, or I'm not sure about occult things. I'm just guessing.
Are you feeling alright? You sound ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. I have performed many sects of seance. Why, I even have spirits enter my body.
I'm right already.
Shut up! I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions.
Monkey really doesn't beat around bush. Kind of refreshing, actually. Maki is like really pissed, just like, I don't want to hear your stupid seance crap nonsense.
But
In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle. It really sucks we can't take a picture of it.
So what?
We'll find it in Kiyo's lab. It should be written in the Cage Dog Village document.
Hey,
Isn't that right, Kiyo?
He sounds really, well, about like how he feels.
He seemed depressed. I suppose that makes sense.
Matsuko Korikiyo drew. But he's the one who drew that, right? Anyway, there's a dog statue and a clock thing, which I'm not sure might be important. It's a wooden dog statue used in the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. During the seance, this wooden statue was on top of the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it.
This wooden statue is pretty heavy.
No doubt for sure.
if I remember correctly,
Kiyo said it was about 175 pounds.
Not about the weight of 2 girls.
What do you mean? What do you know about girls? Have you ever touched a woman besides your mother?
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit weird.
What?
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
Anyway, that sounds like I've been kidding for sale to make a joke, but really?
Is
This heavy thing was on top of the cage. Then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily.
okay.
Yeah, you're right about that. That didn't sound like you were kidding earlier.
Yeah, I'm not sure because the dog statue didn't move at all. Plus it's heavy. It's possible you cannot move the statue when you go alone. Anyway, there's a white cloth.
It's a white sheet we use for a seance.
It was placed on top of the cage, which Kia was the one placing it. Kia was the one who removed it. That was around the time when there was a blood and the floorboard loose.
This cloth's pretty thick. It's similar to a window curtain, but it's completely opaque. And on the back, look, there's a blood stain on it, right around the middle of the sheet.
Oh, blood? There's a blood spot of it? It's the same thing what happened in the cage, right?
But there was no hole in the fabric, which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through this cloth, which had to do with like something underneath then. She was stabbed while underneath the cloth.
But still match it with the cage, right? Well, whatever it is, this must be something. Also, how's Himiko's feeling? And then she's been depressed after she lost 2 of her best friends.
Hey!
Himiko! Hey Himiko! Be strong, Himiko!
Wait,
Gonta, if you shake Himiko that much, she's going to break! But she's not talking. It's like Himiko not even here.
like I thought.
She must have been really shocked for Tenko. Let's leave her be for now. Okay. Himiko.
Man, I feel really bad for her after she lost Tenko. Maybe she said one last moment said like, don't let your heart seal the way, or don't like, or let your emotion like bottle up. Anyway,
That cannot be.
Why? Why did this?
I knew it.
Gio, I know the murder was pretty shocking.
But of course.
Of course, I am shocked about that as well. But why did the seance fail? We performed all the steps flawlessly.
yeah, you make it perfectly, or you say at least.
You seem more concerned about that than the murder.
Ah, yes.
Oh, if we perform the kid's child again and summon Tenko's spirit this time.
This is stupid.
Cut the crap. Just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance?
I see, yes.
True. It may be best to move past what happened to know why the seance failed.
Is that so?
Whatever, just hurry up. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spiritual medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle so her head touched the marker stone. Then Shuichi Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. And after that, I placed a white clock over the cage. Then all four of us placed the wooden statue of a dog god's top of the cage. Afterwards, we stood in the four corners of a room. Kokichi and Shuichi blew out the candles. Finally, we all sang the cage child song. The singing should have been complete, but... now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. Oh, you mean the crashing noise? I heard weird ominous music. Yep, that's the one. That's the crashing noise. It is a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps. But everyone would stay in the corner, so how exactly did they get tripped? That was a pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Has Kia know something?
What do you mean?
And then what happened?
Yes.
We called out this cur, but no reply came. I asked Shuichi and Kokichi to light the candles. And then we do a procedure like doing the cleanup. And then we all remove all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all four of us removed the dog god statue. Next, I took off the white cloth and then... Himeko ran over to the cage and the moment she lifted... she did. It sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance. But it would not be difficult in such darkness. Besides, she was inside the cage, yes? Then when was she killed?
Well, that's...
Yes, that is a problem.
I see, yes.
There is another problem. And that is, wherever did the seance failed? I simply cannot figure it out. Stop thinking about like a seance. Why do you think a seance has failed?
Perhaps.
Maybe someone moved from the corner? Did someone else sneak in here?
What's the point?
Obviously, since this seance was clearly a sham. Okay, it's not really calm. I thought she got a snap. Maki never was the one to pull her punches. I thought it was something with it. Sound during the seance. The sound referred to as the crashing noise. Which just might be like interesting clues. It might be something interesting.
Hey!
Maki, we finished investigating up here. Perhaps we should check under the floor?
By the way,
It seemed pretty dark down there. What should we use for a light?
That's true.
Let's bring a candle. We keep us light from up here? That should be fine.
okay.
Then I'll go get the candle. Remove that floorboard so we can go down.
Okay.
Okay, got it. Need floorboard like underneath Tenko? I pulled up some of the floorboards near the hole and took the candle from Maki. Oh, you mean the one next to the hole. Then we carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. Okay, so we're now underneath the floor, which is really strange. It's like, how the heck does it work exactly? It's a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easy on all fours, and I noticed the blood dripping, but there was like, it's all wet, so that the murder occurred. And also, there's another blood over there, but it's so a little bit darker. It means it got tried. Why is there blood over there? And there's another blood on the floorboard as well. And that was Tenko's blood.
Okay.
Let's look around for clues. It looked pretty stupid if we found clues after crawling around in this dusty place.
Okay.
Yeah. Wanna find out where this came from? Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. That's definitely Tenko's. And I saw something sticking out of the other of the corner. This must be the murder weapon they found, right? Yep. Bloody sickle. What is that? It's a sickle here. There's blood over it. Why is there a sickle there?
Okay.
The blood on the sickle is fresh. This is it. This is a murder weapon. So then how did they use it exactly?
Is this?
This came from my research lab. What? Maki's? Maybe someone else took it?
Huh?
It did?
Well,
A sticker can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethally. And you can hide it under your clothes too.
Oh, Dave. I'm not sure how you exactly hide your weapon from that when you become assassin.
Well,
If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade is about 6 inches.
that's right.
And since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have able to defend herself.
but
But even if it is a murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck?
That's true.
The cage is 3 feet high. If you were to stab into it with the 6-inch blade, well, it would depend on Tenko's posture. I don't think it's possible. Then her posture is a question.
Hey,
Hey, if the weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
that's true.
Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible.
Whatever it is, this might be an interesting clue. And lastly, this is the can that we have. Is there a hole? Some of the wood has cord and it's broken. It's off. So you can see into it, the next room.
hey,
This is the wall of the empty room, right? Looks like there's wood along the wall. This part has rotted away. It looks like natural rot. This hole wasn't made intentionally. I can get into the next room through here.
that's true.
If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? And the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under her here instead of using the hallway.
Are you saying the culprit must be hiding underneath? Why does it feel like same thing happened in Danganronpa 2 from the first chapter? Like someone's hiding underneath the floorboard, and next thing you know they just like stab from the top. But no, but it's impossible. You cannot be stabbed from underneath the floorboard because the blood is came from on top, which is the example from the cloth and the cage.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did alright because we had a light. Without that, it would be pitch black. That might have made it possible to move around in here.
Nope.
Then they could have used a light like we're doing right now.
Well,
True. They used a light to move around using under the floor. Is that possible? No, but they want to make sure that everything all dark. What Kyo's suggesting. I guess none of a clue then. Dry blood. Yeah, but why is dry blood over here? There's a blood stain on the ground, underneath the loose floorboard. But that's pretty far from where Tenko's blood is dripping down. It's under the same floorboard. That's at different ends. Why is there blood there?
Hey,
Hey, the back of this floorboard has blood on it too.
It's really strange. It was dry, but why not use it when you murdered Tenko? I wonder where the blood came from. Unless it's not like connected with Angie, isn't it? I mean, highly believed to say the least, because Angie was killed on her own lab. She couldn't like walk around or something. She was been busy working on the rituals, so I think that might be the case.
You're right. There's a little bit of blood on the side of the floorboard.
what do you mean?
Did Tenko's blood splatter here when she got killed?
that's true.
I wonder. I can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
But these blood stains here are completely dry. There must be some reason these particular stains are dried.
Whatever it is, this might be something connected to the other murder. Anything else? A cut crosspiece. Oh, some of the floorboard is missing.
Look! Part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard is cut off.
Huh. Strange. Everything was there except for one got cut off. Did the murder take place at like when the couple was loose?
That's true.
It's near a loose floorboard. The proportion missing is about the same width too. And from what I can see of it,
That's true.
that wasn't all That wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut by someone. There shouldn't be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. Yeah, they with a case, they could have used that to cut it, but why then? Question is, why? Yeah, I don't remember thinking. And that glass piece supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing.
Then
So what purpose did they serve? The floorboard in Tenko's body is loose, and the crossface supporting it has been cut. If the culprit did all this, then why? Who knows? Maybe something to do with like that ties with the floorboard piece? Until we finish investigating here.
Is that alright?
Monkey, you want to head back up? Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all this dust. You see, you don't want to stay here too long underneath. After Monkey and I crawl out from the under the floor, we put the floorboard bugs back. We return to our investigation.
by the way,
We've only been investigating this room. You sure that's wise?
Huh?
What do you mean?
because
If Angie and Tenko have different killers, then the blacking we need to vote for is
You're right.
the culprit for the first murder. The culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said.
then
So instead of investigating Tenko's dead, shouldn't we be investigating Angie's?
Okay.
Yes, of course.
But
But this is bigger than a killing game. For the sake of the two who died, I need to reveal the truth of both their deaths. Well, I understand why you feel that way. But if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry. It went that fast, doesn't it? Anyway, let's head back and... At least we gotta check the document, right? When I came to the hallway, what? It seemed more surprising than I could ever imagine unfold. Wait, what? Already? Another murder? It can't be happening, is it? Is it? Kokichi! Why is blood on it?
It's a lie!
What? Are you kidding? I hate you, Kokichi. I thought you did! I thought it was just sitting playing on news and like, oh no, there's another one? There's a possibility you can't make dirt murders? But god damn it, I hate you so much. Did I surprise you? Were you gonna scream and cry in terror?
huh?
What are you doing? Also, why you got blood all over your faces? Oh, sorry, I'm just a little lightheaded from the bloodlust. Yeah, this is real blood. Okay, but how did you get yourself hurt exactly? You just actually like fell over or something and just like had a head got split.
Why?
Okay, so what are you doing? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard. You stepped through the floorboard? Really? You stepped through the floorboard?
So rude.
Gee, that got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard. Wow. It feels to me you are unlucky. Unlike someone that I know of.
got a minute?
If you're going to lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything. Oh, sorry. My bad. But you just pulled pranks on ya. I guess there was no crossbeam supporting this floorboard, so I'm gonna step through. Really? That's the same thing that happened in the murder. From the crime scene itself. What bad luck. The crossbeam was gone? Does that mean... Oh, what? It started already? We know it's been like 30 minutes long! Are you serious?
Confidence! Dreams! That's what the killing game is all about!
Well, a bit short, isn't it? Dang. Like straight to class time right now?
Killing game fans! Hold your head high and watch with your own two eyes! Baseball, soccer, mobile games! They're all nothing compared to the killing game!
Sure, whatever.
The killing game just can't be beat! Behold, students, the entrance to the trial grounds!
We're out of time. I guess Time's up. Aw, man. Because of you guys, I didn't have enough time to check something.
Huh?
What were you trying to check?
See?
I want to re-research the seance again. So I brought this document with me.
Oh, you got a book. I was already thinking of like, I'm gonna check that for it as well.
But unfortunately, couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Kyo perfectly reenacted the seance as what was written in the document. He drew this magic circle the same exact way as he in his picture. Not only that, he used the same exact tools too. Nothing special about the whole thing. Well, I wanted to check to find the details, but I'll tell you about it later. At the class trial. So, see you there.
I'm not sure if you feel like it's fainted already. Kokichi left. The blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Yeah, it feels like it's going to like maybe passing out a minute there. Bloody Kokichi. You're gonna add that and then shoot bullet for that because of one of lower bar was missing or the one of pieces.
Let's go too.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
Is Maki nervous? That doesn't sound like it.
I see.
So we should get nervous sometimes.
Do you want to die?
What are you staring at? Do you want to die?
Why is every single time keep saying the word? Do you want to die? I guess it's like her own favorite word, right? Well, anyways, we'll just have to quick travel. Can I quick travel over there? Yeah, we got here fast as we could because we use quick travel to make it easier because it takes a long time to get there. So I would rather get around for more experience, but I rather not. But damn, that went that fast. Not even a long investigation I expected. Even we're interrupted or something. So maybe best if I keep going and go the class trials or something. So
It would appear we all have gathered, but seeing there are less and less of us.
Oh.
Less friends mean it that much harder to solve mystery.
Don't worry.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure you've gotten a little smarter by now, Gonta. And I'm surprised you still recovered that flash wound from your forehead. Yeah, going to do his best to help. I want you to graduate from super idiot level at the least Kaito idiot level. Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Are you okay?
More importantly, are you okay, Kaito?
yeah, I feel better now. Wow, Monkey Roll sure does pack a punch.
Do you want to beat up again?
I don't know.
It's your fault. You don't need to worry about dwindling numbers. Only dip-ass have died so hard.
That being said,
I know it's a tall order, but try to use your brain this time so I don't have to use mine.
Hoo-yah!
These golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world.
The only thing your mind is only something about sexuality.
Unacceptable.
And still, every time you open your mouth, you become less likable.
rest in peace.
Atua, please lend us your power.
This isn't when we're playing RPGs, okay?
But
It may be difficult for us to rely on Atua.
Oh yeah, they're all feeling despair because of Angie.
Considering what happened to Angie, whom Atua loved most of all,
well, you know.
she shouldn't have relied on Atua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in God, especially Atua.
I also.
So what? Robots can't believe in God.
Indeed.
Actually, before I met Angie, I had similar experience.
You do? What was that?
Hearing voices, I mean.
You're in a voice or something?
You might call it in a voice. It tells me what to do whenever I chop.
Got a minute?
How long are you going to say that for? Atua goals don't matter right now.
How can you think it's like inner voices inside Kibo there? It's not like it's like
His mind thinking or something?
Jeez.
yeah, the trial is about to. The trial this time is gonna be rough. We got caught in Monokuma's trap.
Huh?
His trap?
That's right.
Probably made the fourth floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from investigating. Really? All because you're still afraid of ghosts?
All right already.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
I mean, it was actually on purpose. I mean, that's how the design works.
Hey, so
Shuichi, say something.
Huh?
What should I say? It's best ignore it. Let's just go. I'm going to break down chalice, and I'm not sure how exactly you break that chalice. I'm pretty sure we're gonna do the same thing like the usual. The water faces. That's something. As usual, we walk toward the elevator in silence. As soon as we remaining survivors step forward. Going down. We descend. There are about at least like 10 people remains. Like, dang. Perhaps because there were fewer of us, the elevator seemed to move faster. Soon we fell faster and faster downward into the black. I went that fast. The elevator stopped, and just like always, the doors parted slowly. The light that shines on us from the other side, the bright light of our future. Or is it despaired?
Uh-oh.
Boy, they look really depressed. Must be because there's even less participants now. Don't say they look depressed. You make them more than sad. I mean, he was depressed because of Makuma back or something for his vacation. Not sure why he back for some reason, and he just like lost his pride. As much as I love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth, let's hurry up and get this sorted. At last, the class trial will begin! I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content! The third class trial was about to begin. Angie Yonaka, the ultimate artist. She created the Ultimate Academy Student Council to try to prevent the killing game. And Tenko Kabashia, the ultimate Aikido master. She hated men, but I knew that she hated this terrible killing game even more. The two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. Who was the one who killed them? Was it one person? Two different people? We need to pin that in the class trial. In order to live, we have to find the truth. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. Dang, I went that faster than I expected. But even though we just barely got started with the investigation from Tenko's murder, so why not we just keep going? Maybe it might be best to make this faster. So yeah, I'm not sure how this is gonna play out. Let's see how well we can make another skill, since we got tons of it. And I don't have enough on more points, so... Oh yeah, the librarian one. Instantly silence loud noise. I think I have got that one, so... Plus I have more points, and of course I never get a chance to get more of it, because of obvious reasons. There's nothing I can use exactly. Because one thing for sure, because I messed them up for like doing this free time with them, it literally screwed me up. What is high tension? The argument gauge will increase at a faster rate, affected during the argument. I'm not sure what option and downshift gonna work exactly, but I'm gonna save it. I mean, that's the only thing I can come up with, so let's get on the class chart already then. Class chart in session! We start immediately.
Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial.
And of course we got this true portrait of Monocups. Monosuke is not dead, and only 3 remains. I wonder who comes next.
During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is, and vote for who done it. Vote correctly.
Same rules, I
only
know.
The blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy. Also, refusing to vote will result in your death, so you better vote for someone.
Yeah, sure.
Smart bells, everyone! It's showtime! Let's get this crazy awesome trial underway!
You keep saying that many times to try and make it enthusiastic, but we don't.
Sorry, everyone. I don't think I'm gonna be much help this time.
Really? After all this, even you're not very helpful for all investigation.
Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman!
Wow, that's pretty harsh.
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
Who did it?
Unless she finally speak.
Who killed Angie and Tenko?
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be 2 killers.
You might be thinking it might be 2, but what if it's just one person?
So, our other culprit.
Really?
Not
Oh my god.
leave us here.
Oh my god, Sanuki, the way how you sound like that make you think of like, oh, it might be the spirit who trying to kill Tenko. But you're gonna make kind of a obnoxious right now.
What do you mean?
The transfer student.
Oh boy.
Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
Say something, Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going on.
Yeah, I get how you're trying me, but is it even possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit? Well, in the interest of being thoroughly, I should clear things up here. Yeah. Like, make it clear, like, it wasn't killed by a transfer student. Maybe something to do with Necronomicon then?
This crime was committed by the recently deceased.
It's been a while since I did one of those.
Came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
No! So, ritual did work?
Who was resurrected, I wonder?
How do you do this? Okay,
Angie
space.
did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back. Yes, Rantaro was resurrected. The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Are you trying to scare Kaito off?
Stop it!
Yes, you gotta do Necronomicon, because the Necronomicon has to do with burned into ashes, right? Look at Kaito's face already! That's really weird. Were all these statements correct? I think it'll be too flag, so.
By the recently deceased.
So, how you do fast forward?
That's wrong!
It's impossible! You have to burn it! The effigy, does it not? This is what give it structure, does it not?
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded.
Yeah. Like, if it was succeeded, why the effigy is like still there and all upside down? If it's supposed to be burned, is it not?
According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
Yep. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. You mean burn the book? Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the disease 3 times.
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
Oh, are you saying they didn't use the... They had to use the book to burn it and put it into ashes, then put in the effigies? In that case, the book was still there. That means the ritual wasn't work.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
No! It's not the spirit!
Oh, I guess you're right.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
Now hold on a second! I can't let that comment stand!
What's wrong with it?
Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy, as long as you use the Necronomicon.
Do you still believe that nonsense? I mean, do you even know what to do with Necronomicon, Monokuma?
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
But it's true. I never lie about motives.
You were not there! I mean, the Malika's doing all the job for you.
Daddy said so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Is it?
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
He's still there, you dinguses!
All that remains of a
Monodum is
once
still alive, though.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodum's corpse.
Wow, that's painful! Even Monodum still hasn't saying a single word! You make it feel depressed more!
Oh? So resurrecting the dead was actually possible?
Oh god,
this
stop
whole
it, Smokey! You're gonna make it feel kind of very obnoxious again!
There's no way it's possible!
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us. Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Uh-huh.
Who did it?
Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this.
Really? What kind of stupid thing you gotta think of?
I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
Really? Stay to it now? Why do you think it's Kyo?
Why?
Don't play dumb with me, creep show. I already know what happened.
How? Unless you have some kind of evidence, you can... Yeah, because I know the fact is that you think it was the katana because it belonged to his lab. But one thing, how did he get inside?
Albert used a katana to kill Angie.
Are you saying do the rewind thing?
It was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm.
What's with the word now?
The classroom, broke in,
You...
murdered the fuck out of Angie.
No, you didn't broke in.
Booyah! I'm a fucking genius!
No, Smokey's account. Smokey's account says something like, she only allows anyone who is a student council members. I mean, it was not, and you were not allowed to open it. Is Koikyo really the culprit? Does the story fit the fact of the case? We should think about it from the beginning. Okay, I'm not sure how you do rewind exactly.
Culprit used a katana to kill Angie.
Wrong button there.
Classroom. In.
I would get a V counter, but yeah, I had a feeling.
No, Kyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab. Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie locked herself up in her research lab, she said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
Which fact is, Kyo wasn't a student council member. She wouldn't allow him go in.
And Kyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Kyo couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
But still, if it's not him, then who took the murder weapon then?
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't
Really?
believe you actually got it.
Really? You really believe that nonsense?
Oh, how clever.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Tsumugi, and Himiko.
But Himiko would never kill Angie at all because they were best friends.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie.
Exactly the point. And plus, Tenko's also a council member as well, but she died, so it's possible she can't kill her. Well, not the fact that Tenko would have killed Angie because of jealousy towards Himiko.
I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Not the way how you act like this, no.
Yeah, of course.
Gonta! Stop believing what Koki was saying! I know the fact that he may be like a caveman brain inside of him, but still.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, and Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
You mean one of those 2 people? Because a robot ain't people, Jack.
Wow, that's pretty harsh.
I will let that remark slide. Anyway, Aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
My ass! The culprit should confess already! Gonta, Keyboy, or Samugi? Well...
I have a feeling the mass panic's gonna happen.
No, not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
Yep, it's gonna happen.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez.
Yep.
I'm not the
We're
culprit.
not the culprits.
Somebody said I'm planning not the culprit. Well, I'm gonna see how this played out. Come straight towards her, huh? Kokichi's
We must
lockpick.
consider other possibilities. Surely there must be suspects in the copy.
Student council.
Oh, that break that fast. Maybe because of one of those skills or something.
A dead chick
Not just
can't be the
anyone has
culprit.
it before. Only student council members had access.
Wait,
Robots
No doubt Gonta.
Kokichi, you were.
A robophobic remark.
Look at that break that fast. Maybe it's just I wanted my point towards it. No, but if you say the only council members who can get access, but Kokichi can long pin, does he not? So I have a feeling you might have done something. They're severely suspicious statement, but one is obviously consistent. But I don't think Kokichi was not the type of person who killed Angie. And listen carefully. I'll sort the statements in my head and find the answer. See? One thing, why Kokichi? But I highly doubt to believe he wouldn't kill Angie.
It wasn't just
I mean,
student
there's no
council
way.
members that
It's
could've opened
Kokichi
that
after all.
door.
He was gonna keep lying many times, so.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
Yes.
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. There! Open sesame!
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
Really, you just remember just until now, unless you keep lying for a bit, but I know you will never kill Angie.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it.
No! You did not!
I killed Angie.
But no, I don't believe he did it. He's still lying.
Wait, what?
I mean, I know Kokichi very well. He can keep lying many times as he wants.
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie.
Yeah, but still haven't any idea about the locked room mystery part. The one, like, front door was locked, but even the back door was also locked as well. Like, how do you even do that?
The culprit was me, all along.
What?
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
It is a joke, for one thing.
No joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins. And it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No! No, he's not!
No, he's lying. I think. Maybe?
Ah, I completely lost it.
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
No, definitely not a lie. I killed Angie.
If you think you killed Angie, why are you admitting right now?
Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Yeah, that's one thing, so how you can lock it from the inside?
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
Yeah.
What different method? Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
Hey, don't get closer to me, Nemu.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was.
The door the culprit locked last to see the room was the back door. I mean, that's the only thing to go, so...
That's it!
Yeah, not both doors. It can't be... You can't lock...
Back door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
I mean, the fact is, the front door came first, you can lock it. And then, next thing you know, the back door is getting locked. But one thing for sure is how they gotta lock it from the inside. It's all about, like the timing or something.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
Yeah, that's one thing for sure. How?
The culprit used a certain tool.
It's a katana because I have a golden slate, right? The tool that the culprit used to lock the sliding lock from the outside was... Oh, mine. Man, I know that it's gonna be a katana, for sure. I'm having a hard time to, like, get this thing sorted out. There it goes. Not that card. But I'm surprised I never found out what the katana is, but I know that we use a katana because of the golden slate on the lock.
The gold leaf katana that was stabbed in Kaede's effigy. The culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock
Because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it.
The one thing, how did they use katana to lock the door exactly? Because Kaede's effigies were like upside down and the katana was on her chest. But it was on behind, so maybe they might be using kind of methods to make it look like it's one of the rituals or something.
The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
Yeah, I know! From the first game, you dinguses!
Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
I'm pretty sure you were not there around the time, so... Yeah.
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with the katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
Yeah, that's
The clue
one
that
thing.
might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigies hung upside down.
Yeah, that's one
Angie
thing.
didn't do that as part of the ritual?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
If that's the case, if it's only one Kaede, they would have mentioned, like, why is one Kaede's effigy upside down? So they're trying to, like, make it look like a solo part ritual, like, make everyone upside down. A different purpose. What could that have been? The culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of the setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locked the room should be clear. I'm going to do the taxi thing. Yep, taxis. The psyche taxi. I don't even know sure what controllers work. But it's been a while, so... we're going to do the usual things. Can I use space for it? Yeah, you can. I was like thinking, can I use space for it? Anyway, I'm going to like put a jump cut for the part for like and fill out the web, but it takes a lot of time, so best just skip it. Okay, one more. What turned the handle of the sliding lock? What turned? Was it from the katana? What is it? The effigy is the katana's hilt. The hit is a hilt. Because of the golden leaf part. It's not even an effigy one. That's stupid. Anyway, on to the next one. It says, next question. It gave me dinner and dinner, is it? Maybe why is it put in the middle? Uncle, you can see there's a billboard there, so like, what design of mine? And this is the magic circle thing where Tenko murder was. Like, why? The only problem with Angie is why Tenko involved. What was done to make Katana turn the lock? What indeed? Okay. Katana was stabbed into effigy, sliding lock was tampered with. No, it was a stab with the effigy. Plus, you can't tamper with it. That's stupid. Down to the last question. Man, that's not gonna angle all of this. You can see all the build-up of the student council members formed. That's something. Oh, I missed it. Dang it. Ow! I just might be hit the wall or something. Oh god. That car was in the way, so I can't go past it or can't run over. Okay, that went fast. How was effigy manipulated to make the katana affect the lock? By turning the effigies? That's how it works? That's like 3 questions. Spin it, swing it back and forth, make it fall. No, it's spin it. You can like turn the effigies, go around in circles. Okay. So, is that the culprit you stabbed the effigies, that's where the car is supposed to be, they turn around. But they had to deal with timing, right? So that's how it works for using as a lock room mystery goes.
That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Effigy spun?
That's right.
Yeah.
If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist.
But I'm not sure where to turn. Is it like turn this way? Because no, if you turn right way, as if it let go, the effigy turn this way because the timing for like the lock.
Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way. And of course, the katana would spin with it.
Alright, but it takes a lot of time to trying to get the timing right.
I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place?
Yep.
The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope, and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
So that's
Yes.
so we saw the mystery about
The lab was locked.
so we saw a mystery about the lock room mystery, right?
By using the effigy with a katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us.
What kind of where are you saying?
But could it have moved the slide lock so easily?
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Yeah.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
Which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime as to avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Are you saying it's the student council's fault?
I'm not sure if one of them could do it.
I didn't say that.
In any case, the culprit probably used a murder weapon for this trick. It had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in their lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up so we think it was some kind of ceremony.
Yeah, it'd be weird if they just leave one Kaede's effigies hanging upside down while others don't. I would imagine something like that. But they just want to stage it.
That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed. don't want to completely ignore that possibility. But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Still a lie, because I told you all along, because I know the fact is that Kokichi's never killed Angie at all because of the lock room mystery.
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
I was like,
Cough it up, Kokichi!
I'm not sure how many times he lied in this class trial, so...
Man, you guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
Yeah.
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out.
How can anyone believe that? Such nonsense!
If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me? And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious.
Yeah, but that's still stupid.
Sheesh! Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
You and your fucking lies! Go sit in the corner and play with yourself!
Okay, that's a bit too much.
Okay, I'll start right now.
No, we're not.
Alright, so who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
Dude, Mew, we have no idea who's about to set the locked room mystery.
You
We just like discussed about how.
hold it up anymore.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter since anyone could have done it. Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy dumpster?
Oh god! Why would you say that, Kokichi? Don't say that! Someone gonna need to bleep enough for this.
Finally! Someone finally called me a dumpster!
Jeez, Mew, why are you so many finished already?
What should we talk about now?
I best want to talk about what Derek was still talking.
We must focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab. Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry.
But it can't be Kokichi because he doesn't know about, like, how they locked the back door.
Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council.
Didn't you say you excluded Kimiko just because of her besties?
Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
You said that from the very beginning, you idiot!
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
You're gonna do the thing like before?
It's fine. It's just a waste of time.
A suspect? Never kill Angie!
I know you would never kill your best friends. Never.
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider. Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
What is that supposed to mean?
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
Like the alibis or something?
We might catch them with their pants down!
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers. What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list?
Really?
Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Yeah, but we're still stuck. I'm not sure how this is gonna play out or how the murder started out.
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Did Tenko have to die?
No.
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but... Can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie's?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What do you mean by that? She's just asking. Why would you think Himiko done something? I mean, why you want to go to check on Tenko's case? I mean, the fact is that
Monokuma rule stated, only one murder has to be involved with to get the vote with. Even if it's like a 2 murder occurs, but he only involved with first murder.
What do you mean?
The 2 victims could have been killed by 2 separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. Gotta figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless.
Okay, but Tenko's is very important as well. Even Angie's maybe one thing we need to go, but still.
Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not meaningless!
Himiko?
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you!
Aw, Himiko.
Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her? Himiko...
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
She's not lying, Kokichi. You were the one who lied. Hey, leave her alone.
Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give 2 shits about Tenko when she was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
No. It's okay. It's no surprise he'd think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now.
I get how you feel, Himiko, because you keep ignoring Tenko a lot. Maybe Tenko's still like very protective from her.
I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive. But now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously! It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
At least Kaito being so motivated.
Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito!
Wow, she got something.
Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless.
Okay, you mean you think saying do with magic?
The name of the curse is Death Curse! Suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Listen up! All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run! I won't forgive something so messed up!
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
I guess we're just gonna change around to Angie to Tenko, then.
I told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Kaito.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Really? You really think? And you're just gonna keep doing this like reverse way. It's like, oh, okay, we'll just do that as well.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were 2 different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
But how exactly gonna work?
Yeah, maybe.
They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So what do we talk about first?
Oh god dang it, Kaito. Even though you were motivated enough, you're still not there with all the investigation.
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Crouch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Like you think we were part of it? Okay, that's really weird. You can call nicknames. The people who attended the seance. They were Goikiko, Shuichi, Himiko, and Kokichi. Yeah, that's the one. Not 5 of them because it's too much, so...
Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
So those 4 are the culprits!
Billy, you really think one of us is a culprit? You can't kill them. You can't kill Tenko during the seance because it's so dark.
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the 4 is really
No, say you.
Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
Why Kyo then?
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes?
Yes, but you're the one who memorized the whole document from the seance.
If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
Yeah, you did ask Himiko about like which room we're gonna use, and Kimiko suggested the middle one. Yeah, that part. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use?
The middle one. The middle room is always best for stuff like this.
Very well. I should begin the preparations at once. Yeah, it was suggested from Himiko.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
Point of entry? Point of entry from the side? He must be referring to... you talk about the... You talk about the floorboard then? The floorboard on the Tenko were loose. The culprit might have gone under the floor to enter. Tenko was top of the entire seance. It's unlikely the floorboard were used. There was another location that we could have entered and exit without using the area.
Oh no!
Okay, that's not what it is. So, is it the hole then? It was right over here, right?
There!
Yeah.
You're talking about under the floor, right?
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person can move through.
I don't like someone that I know of.
There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Then who would do that?
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
I want to see what your statement is. I'd like to see what you're suggesting, Kyo.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance.
Maybe that hole in the corner?
Crawling out of the floor.
Would that be possible?
During the seance.
The
They didn't
bump.
see if they were under the floor.
One button there.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? New candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
What?
Huh? Now, hold on a second.
You weren't there around the time, is it?
Anyone could have used that function to get under the floor.
But you mean you
Sneak into the empty room during the seance.
you wouldn't want to build it.
Ed, hold on a second.
You wouldn't want to build it.
Robot
Is it?
functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
Okay, don't turn on the light now. Sure that with a little light, you could move around on the floor. But is that possible? No, you barely could see it. So
Culprit sneaked in during the seance.
maybe this part then? There it goes. Yeah, I had to believe that the hole in the corner might be possible.
I don't think the culprit could have used a light like under the floor. There was a hole in the corner of the room.
Oh yeah, there was a gap like that, is there?
If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
Yeah, that would have, Kate. If there was a light like next to the underneath the floor, we would have noticed. But everything was still dark.
But when we
The light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
Geez,
Yeah.
Here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
No! Plus, Mew was the one who built Kiba become like a flashlight.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
Okay, don't need to talk about that.
Alright, you made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
No, you didn't!
I neither want nor need your pity.
What the heck?
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
Really?
It's been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny?
What, they won the loose?
Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from under floor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
No, don't compliment that!
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that.
There's no glowing paint under there.
That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
But the image about the glow paint reminds me like one time of Nagita was one who placed the glowing tape things that was hiding underneath the knife.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
Yeah, I come to realize something.
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right?
Yes.
If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit!
Me, that's too much to say
dismiss
this.
this line of inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
What other issue?
Yes.
First, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
When? So not during seance?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she?
Yes.
How could someone have gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
Yeah. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it'll be Angie speaking to you. Understood! I will not say a word until the seance is over! Yeah, that's the last point for what's happened.
Yes. She was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
Yeah.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
Impossible? This movie feels like it's impossible. They were supposed to say something like
She
that.
wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
A different time?
What made you believe that, Mew?
How should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
You're the one who suggested it in the first place, Mew!
Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think!
You're the one who suggested it, but you don't blood us in or something.
If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your lipstick brains!
Oh, jeez. I'm not sure why Mew is acting like this thing like, hey, give me something! Well, I'll do something. Yeah, whatever.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was lifted?
No.
Like that.
Mew, why are you acting like this?
Culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
What is wrong with you, Mew?
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
But yeah, Himiko's the one lifted it.
And obviously, Himiko is the culprit.
No, it's not!
No, to the
Jeez, what's wrong with you, Mew? Why do you still have some kind of like a fetish issue? Tenko's not being killed during the seance. That might not be possible. There's no evidence for it.
When Tenko
Maybe it's an cage in because it was really heavy then?
it wasn't during the seance.
No! The Dawn statue!
It could not have been.
You can't lift the cage up because the Dawn statue is on top of it. The golden suggestion was the...
Golden cage was lifted.
No, it's not. It's not? But don't think that only possible she was killed after seance. Unless you know reason why that's not true, Shuichi?
Damn it!
Hey, that was the statue thing, but I guess not.
Tenko got killed. It wasn't
Maybe the
during
iron cage then?
seance.
It's not? Is it the sickle then? Dang it, it's not?
Damn it!
What was it then?
When Tenko got killed,
I don't like look the evidence something. What was it then? Don't know how this works.
during the seance.
Look,
It could not have been done.
that's not how it works.
What about moment cage was lifted?
It was a white sheet. Are you kidding me? I tried to figure out what Gunta was thinking was wrong.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted.
Oh jeez, because it was White Claw was between the statue and the cage. Oh, I'm such an idiot. What is wrong with me, my brain? I'm just having a hard time. Like, which one is it? Because
the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it.
yeah, I was like thinking, how exactly lift the cage exactly? Because one, the doll statue was on top of it, and I can't be able to lift it by itself.
That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
Yeah, that were the case.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
Because she's still wrong as always.
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
Oh god, me and you! I thought for sure you could get over it!
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
Even I was so next to you, but make me feel like I'm gonna knock your senses to it. What you got for me?
Tenko died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gap, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red.
But
It's
the
not
weapon
red, it's
was a
pink.
sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is, and that's none other than Kyo!
There has to be a hole in Mia's logic somewhere. All I had to do is show the evidence that was counting Mia's claims. This is a stun, right? Because she was... Mia mentioned it like sitting here, but she was like going underneath because of the stone,
The
so...
blade's sitting in there with her...
There it goes.
What were your words?
Yeah, I had a feeling because the markers are like with the forehead on here, on the floor.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage. She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone.
Yep.
And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
Yeah, you just you put yourself too much and don't put too much pressure.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Wow.
Yeah, no worries.
Gonta, come on!
Oh, embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
Yes.
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, for a living person.
Oh no. You know, suggestion was a spirit thinking it, but it's not.
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
No! Kid was just saying, like, calling his name, or calling her name, but no response or anything.
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
You don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
The monkey's still pissed.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
Really, Himiko?
Why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
How would you believe that?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Like what?
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done it!
wait, I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
Huh? But there's only one person here, plus he cannot get through in it.
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I agree with
noticed.
Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
What? Are you suggesting it was Tenko? You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
You seem to believe it was Tenko. Was it? Because she's the only one inside the cage, but it cannot move, even the floorboard was loosened, like, after the seance. You don't suggest you believe it was Tenko? She killed herself?
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
The day she referring to. Yeah, let me pick Tenko, right? You're thinking that she's the one who committed suicide. Yeah, I had a feeling.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
But why her? She hasn't done anything wrong.
What did you say? Are you saying Tenko was the culprit?
She committed suicide.
But there's no rule stated about like if the victim became the culprit in the first place or something.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the seance.
No, but that in the case, how did she get the sickle then? But the sickle that we found was underneath the floor. How is she able to toss it out?
It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right?
Yeah, like how did she do it?
If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Why do you think that?
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
But stabbing her in the neck, that's instant death. It's not the way how you can able to toss it before she's about to die.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
I agree with Kimiko.
No reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier.
About what?
You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
You really believe Tenko was the one who killed Angie?
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
True. What happened back then? Angie, when you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity.
But that's been a long time, isn't it?
Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
But there's no way she would never do that. She just still very high spirit and never tell her, like, don't bottle up your feelings. What she told to Kimiko.
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
No!
Take us down?
There's no way she would do that!
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
That's a bit too much! There's no way Tenko and that type of person want to kill everyone.
But what are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that.
Yeah.
She told me.
Yeah, she said like this. Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
No! I still don't want to believe your word!
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other?
Not until the beginning of it.
People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking.
It's like one word saying, impossible is possible. That's what you said, right?
That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Wow.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Ooh,
Hey,
that hurts.
come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
At least Himiko's still be a spirit.
Gonta, no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
Proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
I don't believe Tenko would kill herself. Because what she said... Okay everyone! I'll see you guys after the seance! Yeah, but she would never say something like that. She said, see you guys after. I thought she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed before doesn't mean that it was suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that. But if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. That means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe. So how exactly gonna work then? But it's been what it had to do with the lifestyle, isn't it?
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person!
Yeah.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle. And then
Nah.
stabbed herself with it.
Not sure.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Everything thinks that Tenko commits suicide, but only because they're latching on to the easiest answer. To get out of this, I need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't work.
So far, suicide seems
It didn't say the last strain, right?
The plan was to take us down with her.
Maybe better to do this.
Hit her true intent.
Tenko died instantly. There it goes. Yeah, I had a feeling. We had to use perjury now.
Tenko couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor. Because she died instantly.
So more likely, we're doing the reverse way. But I know the fact that she died instantly because of the stab from the neck. But they think it's like she died herself, but the little last of strength left. But there's no way she would never still have a last of strength before she died. But she died instantly, that fast.
Instantly?
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bleed out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
I know that with Maki's not gonna like it.
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail.
Oh really? Now you finally decided to mention it?
Tenko died instantly. As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I've no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Now I decided to reverse instead like a last moment to die instantly.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Kanto, do you want Maki to punch him again?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle.
Yeah.
Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko would commit suicide.
But still, how did he kill her? That's one thing.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No! There must have been a way! We're gonna figure it out!
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
Peculiar.
If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
I think I found out the answer. It's one of those noise, like the sound during the seance. Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. I mean, I already figured it out already. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. I kind of figured it out already. It had to do with a noise, right? There was like crashing noise. So when we were singing, so yeah, sound during the
Did
seance.
anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
And one of them know about the noise.
The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect. Utterly strange.
Now that I think about it,
Yep. Oh, she gonna mention it?
while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
Ah, that might be it. That might be it. Oh, nice timing. Yeah, it's nothing fall. It does something to do with a crashing noise.
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
There's no doubt for sure. You mentioned about when doing this singing, you should say something fall, but it had to be the noise. There's no doubt.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. You could have fallen down.
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Maybe the floorboard then?
Am I wrong? I thought something fell
pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
It might be it, right? Loud sound. Like something hit the floorboard. It might be the loose one? Maybe that sound has something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark. That has to be the loose floorboard, right? That might be it, right?
This is it!
Yep, that has to be it, because it was loose.
I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
Yes.
Could the floorboard have made such a loud sound, though?
The crashing noise? I don't know for sure.
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That's true. There would have had to be strong impact to make that sound. What was it? What could it possibly be?
Alright then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
Okay. How are we gonna do that, Kaito? What else we gonna use?
What made the floorboard come loose?
Cross me on the floor. That might be it, right?
Someone who participated in the seance.
This must be why the floorboard was loose.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
It's too heavy for that.
The statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
No.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Stomp through.
The board that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
What the heck are you saying?
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
What are you talking about? What will have made strong enough to impact to knock the floorboard loose? If I think about everyone's testimony and combine it with the fact, I mean, it has to be the cut piece.
Stood up with such might.
Is this one? No. If the culprit hit the head on the top floorboard, they would have been dead. Maybe this one? No.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
Maybe this one? No. Man, this is really hard. Maybe this must be Smokey's agreement then? Moving floorboard is total darkness seems somewhat impossible, does it not? Then it would have been difficult to remove the heavy floorboard during the seance.
Oh no!
It's not? Did the chemicals?
Floorboard come loose.
I have a hard time to remember. The doll said it would make a pretty loud noise, since it's heavy. But the culprit wouldn't be able to lift it back up to the cage alone, right?
I was wrong!
Dang it, I'm about to lose my health right now.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Might be this one? Oh god! That was like so close at every point! Think I recreated Kokichi at that point? Stomp?
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
Okay, so someone just stomped on the floorboard like that? You explain about the why there's a cut loose on the floorboarding?
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure.
Dang, what is wrong with me? Why are you so stuck on it?
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off.
Yeah, that were the case. It's like, why is like one of the pieces got like what there? Because I know there was like one bullet's like had nothing to do with some of the pieces are like cut. But I'm not sure which statement exactly that fits.
I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
What did they stand to gain? That's the question. Solve this gate? I need to think carefully about the crosspiece and floorboard. Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard. The crosspiece that had been cut was on the other end of the floorboard. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. When one of the crosspiece was cut, the other two were intact. And what you suggesting it? One then was right under Tenko, and the other was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Think! Come on, think! Oh great, Handman's Gambit. I wonder what they're gonna use exactly. Is it this? S. Where have I seen that before? Oh. I think I know what they're meaning this. Seesaw. Where's the other one? It's called Seesaw effect. It's a Seesaw effect. So they do it like a thing, like how the movement goes. I'll try and make this like example.
The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
Dang, who would expect to use a seesaw thing as a method?
Seesaw?
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece,
and that's how it is.
the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Dang, I'm gonna die for sure.
Lift it up?
I wouldn't expect this as something really interesting.
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, alright. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that. Unless they used the sickle.
Could that be the sickle was between it?
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
Okay. The floorboard saw, seesaw, the cage, the blood of white fabric. What conclusion can I draw from this? There's only one place that sickle could have been that it could consist with the evidence. It was atop of the gate. I think that might be it.
That's it!
Thank goodness. I was like, which one is the answer?
The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down.
Would that explain what there was a blood splats on the cage and the cloth as well?
The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage.
Oh, so it wasn't sickle this whole time? It's one thing, how did they dispose of it? It must be one of us who would use the thing, is it?
The wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble.
Uh-huh.
But the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
I mean, of course, because of using not such a like that, that would just like hold the weight of the sickle.
Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
And then... boom! Right in the neck.
Over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
That's very painful.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in a crouched position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle, rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
No kidding! That was like crazy idea how they could come up with for the culprit.
It's crazy. It would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
And the sound you heard was the culprit stomping on the
floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Yep.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
Really?
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
Wow, you reversed the emotion around, did ya?
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box.
Yeah.
Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
What? What are you talking about, Kiyo?
Yeah?
Why blame her?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Why her? She hadn't done anything wrong.
Why her?
Yeah, why?
She's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
Why would you think Himiko will kill her best friend like that?
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
Location? Are you suggesting Himiko's the one who suggested we go for the middle because of that supposed to use to plan for the murder?
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Yeah.
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
No! Himiko will never do that intentional. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle one. The middle room is always bad for stuff like this. Yes, I know the fact that she said that, but it wasn't what she was suggested. She would just think something was best. Not just because they're part of a plan.
Yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance.
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
How would you believe that?
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kiyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Oh god, that menacing look.
Prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room.
Really?
She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it.
But there's no way Himiko would ever do something like that.
Then she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
No! She's just innocent little girl and all this, but still.
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right?
That's what I want to believe in.
Wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Well, Tenko? I killed Tenko?
I don't like the sound of it. She's about to lose her mind.
What's wrong, Himiko?
It is true that using the middle room was Himiko's idea. But does that mean that Himiko really killed Tenko? No! I don't believe it! Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel. Put him in. Oh god, intermission. Oh god, that was the longest one of all, is it? I mean, just judging by the like, it takes a short time for investigation, but dang! Anyway, I'm just gonna save here. I must say though, it's really impressive how this played out. So anyway guys, I'll just go leave it for now, but yeah, no kidding. It takes a long time. But I promise you, I'm not sure how well that takes. If something happens, like, crazy stuff gonna happen, like sometimes I'm going to forget everything for next month. Well, you're gonna see how this is gonna play out exactly. I'm not the type of person who keep track of everything, so. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for Danganronpa VT Killing Harmony. If this video, hit that like button to like them up. Once the videos, go subscribe. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Later!